Okay, this is about tracking. This is like going to be one of the ways to define what your problems are. It's pretty cool. In the days of nomad hunters, tracking meant following the tracks of an animal in order to hunt them down. In the days of railroaders, trackers were those who laid the track of the railway. In holodynamics, tracking refers to the ability to track through certain problems to their solution. Tracking is the process by which a person who wants to get from point A to point B locates the blocks to his or her process and potentializes them. Before you can begin to track, you must own that the potential to get from point to point B is worthy of your focus, that the blocks exist, that there is a problem, and that by using your ISP you can personally help solve this problem. Then you are ready to track. Again, this book was written 20 years ago. If I wrote a book, I would want it to be a bestseller. So I'd question, did Dr. Wolf have a little problem with this not being a bestseller? Just an observation that if we are creating exactly what we want to create, then that means he doesn't want you to know this information. If he does want you to know all of this information, then he's got a little bit of problem he needs to track. He needs, he has got to define he wants point B and track the processes of why isn't it happening? Just saying. I, from the time I was a very, very young child, could see that our medical world is completely screwed up. And they want to give me a pill to get me not to see what it is that I see. Getting paid every month because they think I'm crazy. And this is a doctor who's got brilliant friggin' information, but can you see some doctors are a little screwed up, even the most brilliant ones? This is the definition of genius and insanity. Just saying. And I'm pretty sure that I probably fit within those geniuses too, but it's like, okay, that means I got a little bit of insanity happening too that I don't recognize. So that's why I use that bottled water, and I try and pay attention to my complaints as much as possible and constantly track it and see where is it that I want to get to. Basically, it is that I want to change the whole freaking planet. So it's like, what does it want from me? And the advice that I keep getting is pay attention to myself. Change the world inside me. And once my world inside me is perfect, then I'll get it. Right now, I do deal with a great deal of pain of, I can't believe you would do that much harm to me, and mostly from loved ones. I cannot believe, for instance, that my son would get married without me, go to a place that, Anyway, that part is really deep. There's a lot of family problems going on. And one of my biggest things, for the most part, my kids want me to be wealthy. And I'm kind of against being that wealthy guy right now because it was wealth that destroyed my freaking family. It was that greed mentality, and I don't have that greed mentality, and my kids basically want me to be greedy. And once I get greedy, then I'll be acceptable. And I can't believe that I've raised my kids. I raised them to be totally different than that, but because of the level of abuse from their father and the greed and the lack of love that they had from him, they focused a lot of the attention because they really needed acceptance from their father, so now they're starting to imitate him. And I just cannot believe that they would do that to me when I devoted my life to them. So it is that pain that keeps me trapped into this. And it is that emotion that keeps us stuck. But I know every single thing that I know today because of the challenges that I went through. So what I'm working on now is just accept and allow, and everybody is where they need to be. I did raise amazing, amazing kids, and I know that they're going to learn from their own mistakes. And how should I take away that gift from them? It's just kind of like, I wish they'd get it right away. But, and that's the same thing in the global experience, is I can't believe my society, my world, my globe wants to kill me. It's kind of devastating, and it's like there ain't too many of us out there that don't have that interest to kill me. I see everywhere that's like, oh, you're just out to kill me. And the more that this escalates, everybody else is starting to wake up to, yeah, they want to kill you too. So it's like you're going to be angry and you can't believe that they're so evil, but the reality is that they just don't know what they're doing. They're not potentializing. They're not tracking and maturing. And some of them are these doctors that you think that they're brilliant, but and it is devastating that why wouldn't a brilliant guy like this that wrote that book even not want to help me out? And realizing that what I want to do is just help him out, because I think this water concept and this I think a great documentary with amazing graphics. We need information, and if we put that into some kind of film, because we're more visual, and we can produce it in a way that stirs that emotion, that makes you think and get what you want, getting that information, and then having a tool like this that constantly keeps you on your own track, I think is a perfect marriage. It's a non-profit. He's out for profit. I'm out for a non-profit. But the non-profit, this guy's biggest thing is he's designed systems that can transform all toxic waste into pure, clean energy. I'm willing to give away this whole friggin' water concept into funding everything that he can't get funding for. So it's more or less, why is it you can't help me to help you? So that's where that pain is something that I need to overcome, and just be accepting that everybody is where they need to be, and be at one with that, and trust and have a lot of faith that everybody's going to get what they want. It's just a process. It's a whole freaking globe that needs a lot of different information, but 100th monkey concept will come into play. And I'm seeing every day, I am attracting more and more of what it is that I want, which is global healing. And the more I just keep enjoying my own life and doing what it is I love and having patience with everybody else, the more everything's just going to fall into place. So tracking is simple but very powerful process by which you access holodynes and then keep them on track through the natural stages of their development. Mature them to their fullest potential. Early childhood experiences create memories which set up defenses within you. So you see only part of the picture. You get off track from your fullest potential. Because of these experiences and certain family and cultural beliefs, part of your mind has never grown up. Tracking is a process of getting your holodynes back on track. That's where this bottled water concept comes in, is it's a constant reminder that constantly keeps you on track. Because you can read a book, but after you read a book, it's like then the emotional wave and your influences in your universe take over and you forget what you just read. It's so easy. You can gain information, but it's in the real world, in your now, that if you can download this information and have it there constantly, then it'd make a difference. But that's not the way it works. You have this neurology going on. You're repeating the same thing over and over and over again. And unless the world heals all at once, you're going to be influenced by that. I mean, everybody influences everybody else out. So we're all influencing each other to get off track. It's not hard for me to go and watch a negative video and get pissed off, and then I make a judgment, and I fall into all of those downdrafting decisions pretty freaking fast, even though I know better. So that's where this tool helps, and it still is a process, but I know my world is going to influence me, so I have to be stronger than the influences that are out there, and then I'll get on track. But I have come a long, long way. You should have seen me like 3 years ago. I couldn't even put 2 sentences together because I was so freaking mad at every single one of you. Because it is the whole entire universe that wants to destroy the whole entire universe, and I'm one of them, and it's like I'm the only one that's saying, hey, stop. So I had to calm myself down. I had to figure out, okay, how do you communicate with people again? Because generally, you just want me to be in agreement with everything that's wrong. That's what you want to hear, is more of the disagreement. And I'm trying to come out of, no, let's focus on the solution, where everybody wants to focus on the problem. So I need to work on my communication skills, which I'm doing. It's a process. I'm getting better. Through tracking, you can take your immature thought or feeling and transform it into its full potential. Tracking uses all the dimensions of the mind model and has 6 steps outlining in a tracker's guide below. Can I also add that while I just gave a lot of speech about, pointing out that, oh, Dr. Wolf is, attracting what it is that he wants or not wants. At the same time, I notice this little voice inside me that says, there is no help, there is no help, there is no help. So I create that. So when I go and ask for help, there is no help there, because inside me I keep saying, there is no help, there is no help. As soon as I change that voice in my head, then I will communicate differently. So, it's like if we keep saying, nobody's ready, then the language that you use will keep the chaos going. But as soon as you shift that to, everybody's ready, then all of a sudden everybody is ready, because you start changing your language there. So that's like another aspect of, what are the smallest little repeating beliefs that you got going on in your head, and you got to know you got the power to create that constantly and instantly. And that's where I take ownership too, that do you notice me judging Dr. Wolf? And that is wrong. I shouldn't be judging, but I'm judging. Can you see that insanity? Like, if you really look at the downdrafting things, I can easily point that out to about somebody else, but can I see that in myself? That's the friggin' bullshit thing. Deprivation. As long as I say I'm on a welfare system, I'm pretty much saying I'm deprived. Denial. I'm probably in some kind of denial. Fear. Yeah, I get into fear sometimes. Anger. Yeah, I get into anger sometimes. Insecurity. Self-defeating. I fall into that lots of times. Disconnected. No, I'm not disconnected. I think I'm, well, I guess for me to say everybody's screwed up and want to kill me makes me disconnected, because I deal with this friggin' smoking addiction that's going to kill me as well. So it's like, what's the difference? Manipulator, working really hard not to, but I'm sure I do. Pleaser, Victim, Rationalizer, probably do that. Hypocrite, probably do that. Obsessed, yeah, I'm pretty obsessed with doing this. Look at how many videos I've put out there. But vitality, abundance, health, strength, energy are also things that I do. I'm creative, I'm confident, I'm self-assertive, I am okay, self-discovery, intimacy. I could probably work on that. Friendship, kind of working on that. We are okay, kind of working on that one. Mutual respect, kind of working on that. Rapport, need work. Synergy, need work, but that's coming. Teamwork, that's kind of coming along too. Open trust, kind of coming. I mean, there's a lot of the updrafting things that I do see myself doing, but I still see myself making some of those downdrafting decisions. And it's like, have to be self-honest with that one. I'll continue on another tape.